one's swung on and missed. One-two pitch. Benford in the windup. That one's fouled off the right side. Looked like an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, that was one of those swings. He was just trying to get the bat on the ball and see the next one.
Yeah, protecting with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
That one swung on and missed. Strikeout for Benford. Brings up Jackson Koval.
Two Covals on a Westminster campus. What's going to happen next fall?
Yeah, I'm excited for that. He hits a ground ball to second there.
Ooh.
Almost beats it out.
Yeah.
He's pretty quick there. It's why he's coming to play running back for us at Westminster. So
Pretty quick. I think that might be the understatement of the broadcast.
yeah.
Well, how was your first year?
I actually just finished my
Second year.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll be going into my junior year this fall.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. I'm a full-time tight end. I've been a full-time tight end since last fall, but
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Pitch grounded up the middle for a single by Cam Long. Brings up Brett Schmidt, coming into the game with a .394 average. First pitch is taken outside for a ball. That one caught the inside corner.
Yeah, watching Benford these first couple batters, it doesn't surprise me. He's got a 1 ERA and 5-1 record. He's a lefty. It looks like he's got some velo behind his pitches.
Looks like he's got a lot of pitches. There's a curveball that was outside, but thought maybe I saw a changeup in there too. That pitch is driven foul, out of play. It'll be a 2-2 count here with 2 outs and a man on. That one's taken for a ball in the dirt. Brings the count full. Pitch is inside for a ball.
That'll bring up Hunter Obert, that 5th senior in a row in their lineup. Hunter's a pretty good hitter, so hopefully he can knock in Cam here. That'd be a good start the first inning.
Yeah, I think that would be huge. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, so anytime you can manufacture a run, somehow get a guy in, I think that could be huge. So to get it in the first inning would be really big.
Yeah.
First pitch taken for a ball. Pitch is a ball. Good 2-0 count for Hunter Obert here.
I was talking to the grounds crew when I got here, and it's been a little while since they've had a playoff game here, so they're kind of excited about it.
That one's driven to right field. Is it going to drop? It does drop. That'll drive in a run. Move Schmidt to third. That's a good piece of hitting right there.
sir. I called that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
That was a great job by Hunter Obert there. Hey, blooper or line drive, either one works.
Yep. He's pretty excited over there. And you're still in a pretty favorable position here with 2 outs. Brody Sellen comes up to the plate with a man on third. First pitch from Benford. Curveball taken for a strike. The ball's fouled off to the right side. Schmidt with a nice lead on third. That one swung on, grounded, foul. So it'll be an 0-2 count. Sellen's got to probably adjust his approach here. Just get something in the zone that he can hit. He swung on and missed. But Titusville scores 1 here in the bottom of the first, takes a quick 1-0 lead.
I'll just stay here for a moment. Again, we want to thank our playoff sponsors, Drake Printing and Fat Chad's Brewery. Big thanks for their support, allowing us to bring you this championship game. Again, for those just joining us, and we had a little bit of a technical glitch there, but for those maybe coming back or just joining us, how big's this game?
Oh, this is huge. Like Brock said earlier, Titusville doesn't have a District 10 championship in baseball.
Yeah, our baseball team, we've never won a D10 championship. We've had too many teams good enough to win one. So
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
We've had good teams, just
Yeah.
never gotten one. So this is huge for the Rockets. And it's kind of what you would expect with 5 really strong seniors and some good juniors.
Yeah.
Big freshman group that's got some talent in it as well. You've got depth up and down the lineup, so really good opportunity for them.
Yeah, and jumping out to that 1-0 lead, that's huge. This game's super tight, so I think it will be a low-scoring game. Usually when you get 2 good teams like this, so everyone counts. So Hunter Obert coming up big with a hit there. That's a great start for the Rockets.
Yep. And if the team happens to get a few runs, you can't just rest on that, can you?
Oh, no. Like you said, it's going to be a close game, and there's a lot of baseball left to play, so they gotta come out and play.
Brock, it's been a crazy spring weather-wise. You're getting a decent day today, but you're playing here at UPMC Park. What does that do to you? And is that why it was so important for the Rockets to play at PNC Park a couple Fridays ago, just to get that experience?
I think that was a great opportunity for them. You know, they played at PNC Park a few years ago, and then they played there last Thursday, I think it was. So, I mean, getting that experience on this big of a professional baseball stadium is pretty huge.
Nice job there by Blake Schmidt. That was a hard hit ball, and it came up on him, but he kept in front of it, and it was hit hard enough that he had time to make that play, and a nice, quick first out for the Rockets.
Yeah, but you know, them playing here, like they've worked hard to get here. They've earned being here, so that's also another thing for them. Like they deserve to be here, so that's pretty big for them.
And when you're led by a group of 5 seniors that have played a long time, they've played at this stadium before as well.
Yeah.
It's really not too big for them.
Yeah, I think I was actually on the team the last time we played here. We played here my junior year. I can't recall a time they played there since then. So
Didn't they play here earlier this season?
I thought they did.
Okay,
Yeah.
they did.
I think so.
I must have still been at college during that. I wasn't aware.
You don't follow your brother close enough then.
He's focused on his stuff.
Yeah.
It'll be easier next year.
Yeah.
That pitch grounded foul. Be a 2-2 count here. This is number 3, Braden Hennessy, the third baseman. He's taken high for a ball. So I'm guessing, you know, you don't want to get the cart before the horse. You know, it's Jackson's senior year, but I'm sure you've had discussions like, you know what dorm he's going to be in. Are you guys going to?
I actually don't know what dorm. Usually, I know when I was coming in, he probably won't find that out for another month or two. So
Okay.
his roommate and dorm, he's still got another month or two before he finds that out.
Okay.
He's pretty focused on what he's doing right now.
Okay,
so.
good. As the Rockets get a strikeout there of Hennessy, the DH, Antonio Zona, up to bat. Takes the first pitch for a ball. He's outside, 2-0. And he hits him.
Yeah, that's Cam's second hit batter of the game, but luckily it hasn't put him in any bad position, so they got 2 outs here, so hopefully he can just get out of here.
It doesn't look like they're crowding the plate much. Is it just a little bit of jitters, a little bit of wildness?
Yeah, he might just be missing the spots a little bit. Maybe it is a little bit of the nerves, but I think he'll be fine. He's just got to dial it in.
This is freshman center fielder Liam Herman. That one's a called strike. Another one taken for a called strike.
You're talking about the seniors on this team. Imagine that leadership going away, and you look forward to seeing that next crew come up and who's going to step in and take leadership of the team.
Yeah, like Brock said, you try not to look ahead. You know, you got a good season here. We're in the championship game. You try not to look ahead, but yes, you know, it's hard not to cross your mind, but you do. You know, catcher Coleman Knapp, he's played a lot of baseball, and he's, you know, going to be a strong leader next year. And then you look to kids like Brody Sellen. Can he step up and make that next step and become a leader on the team? And there are a couple other juniors that, you know, you'd look to see if they could make the next step. Two count here to Herman. That one driven to right field, shallow right field. Schmidt able to make the catch, running away.
Yeah, those are 2 good innings by Cam.
Yeah.
Even though he hit 2 batters, he's Fairview still got no hits, so great start for the Rockets.
So we'll go to the bottom of the second here with Titusville still leading 1-0.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Levin, and I proudly own and operate Puppy Levin. Puppy Levin is a pet care salon dedicated to caring for your furry companions. We provide certified dog grooming services along with boarding and doggy daycare. Our facility is family owned and operated and promise personalized care for every pet that comes through our doors. If you're worried about your furry friend being lonely when you're gone, we also have on-site personnel 24/7 just for their comfort. Follow us on Facebook and call or text us at 814-758-9259 to make an appointment today.
Keeping your kids healthy is the first step to protecting their dreams. When you keep them safe, there's no limit to how far they can go. Nothing is out of reach. No mission? Impossible. Give your son or daughter a better chance to see their dreams come true. Give them the HPV vaccine at age 11 or 12 to prevent HPV cancers later in life.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center, furniture, appliances, and bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
And welcome back. Championship Baseball here on this Monday, presented by Drake Printing and Fat Chad's Brewery.
The bottom third of the lineup for the Rockets. Jackson Oviatt will lead them off. Lefty on lefty here. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Grounded foul down the first base line. Oh, 2 pitch. Swung on, driven right to the shortstop. He boots it though. Jackson hustling down the line. He beats out the throw.
That's good hustle there by Oviatt.
Yeah, it is. He hit that ball pretty hard, so shortstop had time to recover a little bit, but he was able to beat it out by not a lot, about a half a step. So junior Coleman Knapp, the catcher, comes up. Like we just said, Knapp's having a good year at the plate as well. He was up over 400 for most of the year. He's down below at batting 326. 396 on base percentage. And he shows bunt, but he swings and misses at that bunt. A little down and in. So it'll be an 0-2 count. He'll have to swing away here. Grounded to the right side. That'll do the same job. Oh, the second baseman boots it, so he'll actually get on. That was a nice piece of 2-strike hit, and he just wanted to put something on it. Almost a swinging sack bunt.
Yeah.
But he grounds it to the second baseman who booted it, and he was able to get on. So Titusville threatening here. Two men on with no outs.
It almost looked like he was trying to go to second with that ball, then hesitated, then that ball slipped out of his hand. So, but regardless, Titusville's got 2 runners on, no outs. So that'll bring Blake Schmidt up to bat.
Some productivity in the bottom part of that lineup, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the hit by pitch hasn't hurt Titusville, but maybe the errors will hurt Fairview. We'll have to see. Brett Schmidt shows bunt. He pulls it back, takes that one for a ball. He shows bunt again. He gets it down the first baseline. The only play was at first, but the pitcher slips.
Fairview.
Tyler Benford, the pitcher, fielded that, but he would have had to make a spin move to make that throw, and he just fell. So it'll be bases loaded, bringing up the top of the order for Titusville.
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better start by the bottom 3 there for Titusville. Regardless if they were 3 errors, they got all 3 runners on base with the top of the lineup coming up.
Yeah, like we said, with a close game, it doesn't matter how you manufacture runs. If you can get a couple runs, you're going to have a good chance. So no outs still here in the bottom of the second.
Did you always listen to your coach when he would say, hey, I'm going to have you bunt? It's like, oh, man. I'm going to take a swing at it. No, we need you to bunt.
Yeah, and in these big games, sometimes you got to sacrifice.
Well, and that's, it's hard to see when you're in the middle of a season. Like, no, I want to swing away. It's like, no, I need you to be able to bunt so that when we get in this position, you can bunt.
That's that chess game element that just absolutely love in sports, right?
Yeah. So it brings up Ian McDonald, who struck out in the first. See if he can put something in play here and get a run in. That one swung on and missed. And really, from Ian's standpoint here, you really want to put something in the air. You really would hate to ground something and get a double play with the bases loaded. So he's going to look for something that he can drive, put up in the air. That one swung on, grounded foul, so he's in a hole quickly, 0-2. That pitch swung on and missed, so Ian goes down again.
Yeah, now Jackson will come with the bat. You know, one of, if not the best hitter in AAA and PA. In the past 2-3 weeks, he's been ranked first in the state in batting average. So hopefully he can put those stats to show here.
Yeah. That one swung on and fouled off. One pitch, swung on, driven, right center field. That runners will tag, and that's a fly out. But exactly, you know, we manufacture a run.
Oh, that's all we needed there. Deep fly ball that grabs a run in.
Yeah, so Titusville takes a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, he's down there in the dugout smiling, giving everyone high fives. So that goes to show it doesn't matter if you get out or not. He's driven a run there. So
the only thing I would say is I would have liked to have seen we had a courtesy runner for Knapp. I think that's Chase Harrison. I would have loved to have seen him tag up and move over, because right there you'd have probably got him in. So there, that fly out. Oh, that was 2 outs, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. My bad. So end of the second, Titusville takes a 2-0 lead.
Fat Chad's Brewing is Titusville's premier dining destination, offering fine dining served with a cold beverage and great conversations. Try our new menu items, the T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Our pasta entries and sandwiches are just as popular. Try the new lobster ravioli, shrimp and scallop pasta, or our popular Asiago chicken. Don't forget about our famous burgers or fish sandwich, all served with fresh cut fries. Come in Saturday nights for Wild Game Saturdays. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
Babies require persistence, patience, a sense of humor, and protection. That's why nearly all parents choose immunization. It's safe, proven protection against 14 serious diseases like measles and whooping cough. So give your baby the recommended vaccines before age 2 and get a little help in the protection department. For more reasons to immunize, talk to your child's doctor or go to cdc.gov/vaccines.
A championship ball game here on this Monday in 3A division. Rockets and the Tigers. Rockets lead here in top of the third with Rio along with Joe Roddy and Brock Koval. Good to be with you guys here on Memorial Day.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Luke.
Great
Appreciate it.
fans showing up to support the Rockets and fans here to support the Tigers. So
Titusville's looking. They're kind of bouncing around out there. They're pretty happy with this 2-0 lead. They need to keep that momentum going. First batter, Stevens, lines one to right at Brett Schmidt for a quick first out here in the top of the third. So it's the top third of the order for Fairview. So it'll be Stevens. This will be Benford, the pitcher, and then Campoli. Campoli fouls that one right off himself. Or I'm sorry, Benford. Benford had a sac bunt in the first inning. Fouls that one off. So Long ahead in the count, 0-2. That one swung on, grounded, foul. Yeah, Mong looks like he's getting into a little bit of a groove here, trying to work a little quicker and get through this inning. That one taken for a ball outside. That one in the dirt. The lefty Benford, we talked about his pitching prowess, but he also leads the team with the batting average with a .434 average. That one taking a ball low, and he works the count full. That one swung on and lifted in the air.
That one's popped up there to Blake Schmidt.
Blake able to camp under it. Might have had a little problem with the sun there for a second. But that's 2 outs here in the top of the third. Vinny Campoli flew out in the first. Another lefty in the lineup. First pitch swung on, grounded to short. Koval scoops and throws, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Titusville. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Titusville still leading.
We'll stay right here for a moment.
Stay here, all right.
Yeah, let's talk about some other action going on. 1A baseball at Slippery Rock University at 2:30. It's West Middlesex taking on Cochranton. You also have in 2A baseball, Mercyhurst Prep taking on Greenville. That game's going on right now. Again, that's at Slippery Rock University. Obviously here, it's Titusville and Fairview in 4A ball. Let's see, Cathedral Prep and Harbor Creek coming up at 2:30 after this game. So that's going to be right here at UPMC Park. So that's 4A baseball. And then 5A, no, that already took place. But yeah, a lot of action going on today. Real quick, congratulations to girls softball team. They had a playoff game on Friday. I think it was supposed to be Thursday last week, but weather delayed some things. So
surprise, surprise.
Yeah. So they played Friday, lost to Fort LaBeouf, but what a great season for the Lady Rockets, and congratulations. And again, right there, they've got some great talent coming up as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And similarly, they got a lot of young talent. And, you know, we talked about the Rockets and these juniors that are going to step up. But the other interesting thing is there's a big freshman class. And we've talked about Blake Schmidt, who started at third base most of the year. There's a lot of talent there in that freshman class. It'll be interesting next year to see which of those kids can step into a role and thrive as well. So Brett Schmidt will start us off here in the bottom of the third. First pitch is swung on and missed. Benford still on the mound for Fairview. That's got to be a frustrating line. He didn't give up a hit, but he gave up a run last inning, so those errors really affected them. And we got a timeout here. That pitch swung on and missed. That one swung on and driven foul down the left side. I think the last time we broadcast, we were talking about these seniors and how they don't strike out a lot. I think Jackson had single digits, a handful of strikeouts, and that's another thing that's impressive. Well, that one swung on and missed by Brett Schmidt, but not a lot of strikeouts. These kids know how to make contact and get the ball in play, which, again, we've seen, a lot of errors so far today. That certainly helps out if you can get the ball in play. Now with 2 outs, Hunter Obert steps to the plate. Drove in the first run in the bottom of the first. That one swung on and grounded to the second baseman. He scoops that one and throws out for second out. So with 2 outs, Brody Sellen steps to the plate.
Brody Sellen.
First pitch is taken for a strike. Brody Sellen finished the season just under 300 batting with a 296 average. Swings and misses at that one. He's down in the count 0-2 quickly. And swung on and grounded foul.
It's like one of our golf swings, Joe.
What are you trying to say, Luke?
Brock's being played.
That one's in the dirt for a ball.
Brock's been making golf videos. Probably you want to stay away from us, Brock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one swung on and missed. So finally a clean inning for Benford and the Fairview Tigers.
Yeah.
But Titusville still has a lead going in 2-0 going into the top of the fourth.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place, and now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville.
Thinking about switching to 5G home internet? Think again. Unlike Zoom from Armstrong, 5G home internet is delivered by a cell tower. The further away you are, or the more devices connected to that tower, the slower your internet is. Cell phone providers also play favorites. When their network gets busy, cell phones win, and your home internet pays the price. Stick with Armstrong to get more data, more speed, and internet whenever you need it, not whenever they want. Armstrong, keeping you connected.
And welcome back. Top of the fourth. Rockets up 2-0.
Long still on the mound for the Rockets.
First pitch to Zielinski was a ball. That one was low as well. Zielinski, the senior first baseman, takes that one inside. A 3-0 count. And a 4-pitch walk.
Hey, real quick pitches from him.
Yeah, like I said, I think he's trying to get into a quick rhythm. Although with a 4-pitch walk, you might want to see him take a little breather and calm down a little bit. That one's high for a ball. As I mentioned before, though, again, as we talk about these seniors, Cam just doesn't ever seem to be rattled on the mound. He just wants to get the ball and throw the next pitch. And that one swung on and missed. The man on first shows bunt. Pulls it back. It's junior Robert Benford swung on and grounded that one right up on against himself. So it'll be a 2-2 count here with no outs. taken high. That one swung on and grounded towards third. The only play is going to be at first. Schmidt throws him out.
Yeah, that was a smart play there by Schmidt. He only had to play at first. With a hit like that, it wasn't very hard. It was soft. Yeah, your only play there is going to be at first. So. That'll leave us with a runner on second with one out here in the top of the fourth.
Brings up junior Luke Zakevich, right fielder. First pitch is a strike. See if Mong can get out of this little hole we're in. It swung on and missed. One swung on, driven to left. That'll be a base hit. Hold the runner at third. Well hit ball to left. First hit given up by Mong. So with one out, Fairview's threatening here with runners on the corners. Braden Hennessy coming up to the plate. Hennessy struck out in the second inning. Pickoff move. It's no good. Hennessy showed bunt there. He shows bunt again. Fouls off that bunt. So it'll be an 0-1 count. Swings and grounds that one to third. No play at the third, but he throws on to second to get the force out at second. It was a really nice play there by Blake Schmidt there.
Yeah, that was best case scenario for Titusville there, honestly.
Yeah.
Getting the second out there without letting a run up. He was almost able to get back to third there and get that tag out.
Yeah, but if not, he held him right there and still able to get an out. So now there's two outs. And if you can get a ground out or a fly out, you get out of the inning here.
Might be one of those plays you come back to at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Just to talk about how important that was.
Yeah.
That one's taken for a called strike.
Just that outside corner.
Yeah. That one swung on and grounded. Mong can't make the play. Can Schmidt? He gloves it, throws in the dirt, throws it away, so one run will score. Another run's coming around. The throw home is not going to be in time, and it gets thrown away. So quickly, it's a tie ball game here. That's incredibly unfortunate, being that it was just such a weak grounder. If Mong could have gotten his glove on it, then we're out of the inning, but it just hard enough to get past him. So Schmidt had to rush his throw, and he threw it in the dirt. Obert couldn't pick it. So those two runs score, so now we're a tie ball game with Zona on second. That first pitch is in the dirt for a ball. That one swung on, driven to center. That's going to be an easy fly ball for Ian McDonald. So at the end of 3.5, it's now a tie ball game as we go into the Rockets' half of the fourth.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Well, our coverage of Rocket Sports this season made possible by these great sponsors, by Oil Creek Plastics, by Titusville Area Hospital, by Interstate Pipe and Supply, by State Farm Insurance, by Poppies, by Armstrong, by Puppy Lovin', by the Crawford Health Improvement Coalition, by the Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville, by Marsh Home Center, by Drake Printing, and by Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning. Big thanks to our regular season sponsors, and a big thanks to our playoff sponsors today, including Drake Printing and Fat Chad's Brewery. Bringing you the 3A Baseball Championship game here at UPMC Park in Erie. Glad you're with us on a beautiful Monday, Memorial Day. Rockets coming to bat here, bottom of the 4th inning.
So the story of the game to me so far is the errors. Those have been incredibly costly for both teams. So I guess we go forward, it's almost which team can clamp down on defense and salvage the game.
Between the 4 runs of them combined, only one of them runs have been scored and earned. The other 3 have been because of errors.
Yeah. Titusville brings up the bottom 3rd again. Jackson Oviatt will start us off, and he fouls off the first pitch. And taken for a strike. I tell you, I've been impressed with Jackson Oviatt. He never seems to be overpowered or overmatched. He always seems to be able to, no matter who's up there, put the bat on a ball, even if he's just fouling it off. But he never seems, overmatched or out of his element. For a sophomore, that's really what you like to see. He's able to hold up on that pitch. Fairview not happy with that. I kind of agree with the call, but
yeah, that looked like he might have got away with the call there.
Brings up a 2-2 count. And he watches his 3rd strike there, so still ends up striking out for the first out in the bottom half of the 4th here. Brings up Coleman Knapp. First pitch swinging, fouled off down the right side. Coleman's another kid that just seems to always be working at it. He's always in the cages or at a batting lesson or taking balls. He's just always working at baseball. That one swung on, fouled off. And he similarly always seems to be able to put the bat on the ball and make something happen. He likes to choke up a little bit when he gets 2 strikes. One swung on, fouled off down the right side again. And as we've talked before on broadcasts, you can have productive at-bats where you don't get on base. If he can foul off a few more and get this, Benford's pitch count up, that one fouled off himself before he was out of the box. It's still an 0-2 count, but again, that's like 4 or 5 fouls now. I mean, if he can make the pitcher throw a lot of pitches, that's still a productive at-bat. That one taken for a ball high. That one taken for a ball in the dirt. That one driven foul. That one might be playable. No, that's out of play. That one swung on, driven to the second baseman. He's able to make the play this time and grounds out. But again, not a terrible at-bat for Coleman Knapp. He was able to battle, work the count a little bit, put something in play. Brings up third baseman Blake Schmidt. Put down a really nice bunt in that second inning. Takes that one for a ball. Oh, he's outside. Taken for a strike. 2 outs here